Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Patricia with easy, plant-based, DIY, vegan recipes. Try to say that 10 times. I'm finally starting to get it after I don't know how many classes I've taught already, 10. We have 14 people now. We had 15. We gained one, and then we lost one, somebody else. So somebody I don't know who it was. So whatever, it wasn't maybe for them. I hope it's for you because these are some great things coming up. Now, I promised you bean burgers. We're not going to do the bean burgers this month, but we will very soon, next month. I found this recipe for vegan lentils. Okay, this is the roasted lentils, okay? And these are so good. Just like our snacks, our popcorn, and our trail mix, and our roasted nuts, all that stuff, all that good stuff. This is something else. And this you can use for not only just for, you know, as it is as a snack, but you can also use it in salsa, in soups, salads. Actually, next month, I'm going to bring a salsa as well, and hopefully very soon, because I'm dying to try a salsa with these lentils. I just started making them today, and yes, it is successful. So without any further ado, we're going to go forward. I have my Scully apron on again. I have been selling them. This is the brown-eyed. The link is in the site below with the recipe. And you know something? I'm going to be bringing new colors and some with pockets. And so that's coming, as well as maybe some other designs besides just my Scully. So we'll see what happens, okay? But anyway, that's beside the point too. We're going to get right to town with this recipe. I'm also going to be making the smoothies today. So both together because it's the end of March. And you know I do 2 a month. Well, if you don't know, and if you are new, welcome, welcome. Please sign up. It's going to be great. So without any further ado, we're going to get to that roasted lentils. The recipe is down below. And here we are. I have some cooking right now, but I just want to go through the beginning parts with you, okay? And what we're doing is, ready? 8 minutes for it, okay? So I might take it out a little bit earlier. I already made them. They're delicious. So anyway, what you do is you get 1 cup, and you will see all this in the recipe below. There are 3 kinds, okay? You're going to get 1 cup of the lentils. I have it here. You want to rinse them thoroughly. You can use any kind of lentils. This recipe is not only healthy because it has a big bunch of the fiber that you need. Now, don't forget to drink with your fiber. Have plenty of water, plenty of liquids with it, because fiber alone will make you constipated. But fiber is great for your body. It cleans you out. And this also has many other properties. You can look it up. This is not a nutrition class, but it's good nutrition. So, and it's fast. So let's get going on it. I'm going to rinse them out thoroughly. And remember, check for rocks. One time I found a rock in one of my lentil packages. Okay, I rinsed them out. Now, the next thing that you want to do with it is you're going to put it in a pan. And what you want to do is make sure that the water is covered about 2 inches above the lentils, okay? So I'll show you in a moment about what it is. That one's almost done, the one that's on the stove, okay? And what it is you're going to boil it first, okay? You're going to put it on boil. You put these right in the water. Put it on boil with them in it. It's no big deal. This is very easy. And then what you're going to do is you'll wait for it to boil, and then you're going to turn it down to simmer, okay? And simmering for about 25 minutes, okay? I'd say 25. You can do it to 30. If you find they're a little too crunchy, maybe that'll help. I like mine with a little bit of crunch, but they're not overly where they're going to break your teeth, you know, unless you have dentures. I don't know if this would be for you, or a young child, you know, I don't know if it would be for them. But it's a great thing, okay? So that's how you're going to do that. I'm going to bring one out in a minute. I'm going to explain a couple other things to you. I had made some today. At the very end, you can put these into a covered container. I'm using the plastic here today with the cover, and they will be good for 10 to 15 days on your counter, okay? So there are 3 different kinds that I have posted there. I've already made 2. One of them, I'll explain it to you right now. The first one is really good. It's got those great flavors. It will work for just about anyone, okay? It has cinnamon. It has paprika. It's both savory and sweet, you know, in a way. It doesn't have sugar, but it does have salt, okay? So you can have this like a snack with a drink, you know, maybe in the morning more so, because it seems to me like I have more of a morning vibe. Now, our second one, let me go to the third, because I think the third one is more so like this, because it also has the salt. However, it's got the cumin and paprika. So the thing with that one is it's more savory. And what that would go good with is a nice spiked, you know, a kombucha that has the bubbles in it. You know, I'm telling you, those are good. And they sometimes can cost a little bit, but they are well worth it. And they have very little calories, just like these do. And I mean, instead of potato chips or something, you're getting good quality food here. And it's so inexpensive and easy to make. So you can't go wrong. Recipe number 2 is the hot and flavorful. It doesn't have salt. And you know why I have only 2 that I tried? Because the third one I added salt in after I had prepared it and tasted it, and I said there's no salt. The salt ruined it. So the second one has extra spices, and it also has chili flakes. You could also, instead of chili flakes, you can use like a little bit of the hot red pepper, okay? You can use that, a little dash of that instead, if you want it hot. Okay, but I use the chili flakes. You can also grate them. You know, you can put them through a grinder and make them smaller too. I just put the whole thing in because I love heat. And it seemed to go well. It wasn't like overly hot. It was perfect for me. So I love that one. And with that second one, you can also taste the lentils more, I find, because it doesn't have the salt. And you'll notice on these recipes, I've got 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of salt. That I would start with 1/4. Taste it first when you get it out, and then decide, should I put more salt? It's up to you. To me, 1/4 is plenty. I made them with the 1/2, and there was a little bit too much salt for me. So, but you know, you may be one that can eat salt and likes it. So, you know, again, it goes great with like a nice drink. And I'm telling you, that kombucha with the bubble, you know, the spritzy kind. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like a soda, but it's kombucha, and there's not much sugar in that. So anyway, as we go, I think this is just about ready to come out. So I am going to get my, I have to talk into it. 1 second. I think it's just about ready. I'm going to take it. So, ouch. It's hot. These pots are nice, but they get hot. This has got you know, the, in a minute. Here it is. Okay, it's got the cast iron inside, and I talked about this in my last class. It worked well with the popcorn, which I was surprised. Okay, so I'm going to, you can see that there's a little bit of water left. Not quite 2 inches, what it was. It comes down to about 3/4 of an inch left out of the 2 inches in this. And 1 cup of this, which is what I put in, makes about 2.5 cups of the lentils. So you've got plenty there for a while. 1 second. Okay. I'll put it in the big bowl, okay? It's way down there, okay? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to make that second recipe since I ruined the first one, right? Okay? So it just gives you an idea of what you do. Now, you may know at this point and say, hey, I can shut this off. I can see the recipe. I know what to do from here. It's down there, okay? But here I go. I'm going to show you, and you can make this with me if you want. Shut it off, come back on, you know, do it with me. 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm using olive oil. This is perfect in it. It gives it a nice flavor. You can use any vegetable oil. Now, if you did use coconut oil, that would be a sweet one now. So you can experiment with that later. Maybe put a little sweetener and cinnamon and some of those kind of spice in. So let me get a spoon. Okay. Now, the next thing is with this one, 1 cup, 1 tablespoon. It's more than a cup now. 2 teaspoons of chili flakes. And by the way, you can use any kind of lentils. It doesn't have to be the brown. You can use the orange or red or whatever you want. Okay? Chili flakes. Okay, 2 teaspoons. And then again, like I said, you can use like a dash of cayenne, or you can use the black pepper in this one, or none. You don't have to use pepper. I just went like that, and it worked for me. It did, honestly. If you do like this stuff, it'll work. You might be one that wants 4 of them in there. Okay, the next one is 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Okay. So this one has more spice than the other ones. The other ones have like about a half teaspoon of these spices, different spices in it. This one does not have the salt. So it's got the flavor, you know, and the nice thing is, like I was saying, you can also taste the lentils in it because you don't have that salt to interfere with the flavor of the natural ingredient of the lentils. When I did add the salt to this, I'm telling you, it ruined it. So be careful using salt in this second recipe because it didn't work for me. I'm warning you. Next one is the oregano. And that's also, let's see, I think that's 1 teaspoon. So I'm going to, well, let me get it out. I'm not that good with eyeballing sometimes. Now this one, they're flakes. So what I do, and every time I use oregano, what I do most often, sometimes I'll use the whole leaf. I sift it like this. I rub it between my fingers, and that gets some of the leaf to break up and add more around. So that's something that you can do, and I recommend you do that with the oregano. Yep, because that'll get it around. Again, when you do use salt with these recipes, you want to use the regular salt. Just like we did with the popcorn. You don't want to have to use the kosher or the sea salt with the crystals because you want it to get all around. Okay, now hopefully I have my oven still on 300 over there. I shut it off. It should be preheated to 300 by this time. Let me put it on. Only 300 is all it takes. Hey, I got it. All right, so the next thing I did, these pans, very inexpensive pan. I finally bought one of these smaller ones. I had the big ones. And parchment paper. Parchment paper will help avoid all that extra cleanup. And all you do is you put this on here, like so. And you mix it around, flatten it out. You can see that. I'm getting good at this camera stuff. Before, you couldn't even see this stuff. All right? And that's all it is. Flatten it out. And then what you're going to do is going to be for a total of 30 to 40 minutes that this will roast. But you want to set the timer for 10 minutes. And then what you're going to do, 10 minutes at 300, mix it around again. 10 minutes more at 300, open it up, mix it around again. 10, and I mean mix. I'm not mixing it. You know, really kind of mix it around so it all gets roasted. It's roasted. And 10 minutes more. Now we're getting to 30 minutes. So check it at that time. You can also taste it at that time. Is it done? Do I have to, you know, put it in anymore? what I did was I put it in at about 5 to 6 minutes next. And I just left it at that. I didn't want to put it through the whole 40 and then burn anything, you know. But I could have left it to the whole 40 and it would have been good. Okay, so 30 to 40 minutes and just throw it in the oven. I'm going to wait till it preheats there. But we are done. I already explained to you how you store it, 10 to 15 days. Next month, which may be sooner than a month, we're at the end of March right now, I'm going to bring the salsa. And the salsa goes so good with this from what I've heard. Can you imagine how good that's going to taste? It's a special salsa. It has mint leaves in it and stuff. And we're going to make it with these. We're going to try it with all three of these lentils. Well, I will. I'd like you to try it at home too. But I will tell you which one I like the best with it. So have a great day. I'm actually coming right back with the smoothies. So please check that one out too. And check out all my stuff. A lot of this stuff relates to each other, you know, as we've been doing. And it's so easy and you can get so creative with it. Okay, so I'm going to let you go. Let me know in the comments how you like it. Take care and I'll see you soon.